on the...
What?
There's a big lump of, brown on the mic. Oh, it's chalk. Why is there a hunk of chalk on the mic, Laura? Look at that. That was just on the knob. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Comedy Science Podcast with me, a disgusted man called Ron, and a filthy piglet
I don't know why that's there.
called
Laura Lexx.
Welcome to episode 77.
Hello, everybody. I want to try it. It might be chocolate orange. You took the last chocolate orange the lab rats gave us. You gave it to your friends.
Yeah, I gave it to Jess.
I wanted it.
Buy another one, you have means.
Why don't you buy me one?
I bought you lots of stuff already this weekend.
Yeah, okay. Hello,
Is
and
that
welcome.
my old lamp? Did I give you that lamp? I think I did. Anyway.
Maybe. I've also got your chair downstairs. Do you want this lamp?
No, I could maybe do with one more lamp, but I don't want that lamp.
Oh, sorry, that lamp. It's a fine lamp. If anybody is in the market for a lamp, hit me up. I've got a lamp going spare.
Oh, so you do? Oh, there's two. I like the other one more.
What, the silver one?
The white one.
Oh, I thought that's the one we were talking about.
No, the
Did you give me the silver
I think
one?
I gave you the silver one.
Oh, what, from your office?
No, I think that was the lamp I had when I lived in Bristol before.
Oh, you can have the white one if you like.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, anyway, welcome to the podcast. If you're not a regular listener, you've probably switched it off by now. Goodbye. Fuck you. We didn't want you anyway. That's not true. We desperately need new listeners. It's the same room intros, outros.
Ew, we're about to record the Christmas episode.
We are. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Child of the podcast is downstairs shouting at us. Did I tell you the other day I was in a Zoom and Tom was downstairs with her and I was like zooming away because I had this corporate, so I was like being really professional, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly her head popped up in the attic. She just went, Mama! And I was like, how are you in the attic? Oh, God, it was awful. Anyway, welcome to today's episode. Ron, what's going on in your life?
Staying with you for the week.
Whoop,
Should
whoop.
have brought the wine upstairs, man.
Yeah.
We're both low on vino.
Ron...
The grapes are wrath.
I can't believe I'm drinking again. I drank 2 bottles of mulled wine yesterday.
Slightly less than that.
Well, yeah, you had 1 glass. Woo, my
I did
head
drink other things.
this morning was fuzzy, and I lost every game we played. Ron made us ramen for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah. Ron got me this vegan Japanese cookbook for my birthday, and it is banging so far. Every single thing we've cooked, it's only 2, but they've both been extraordinary.
Yeah, I don't really like ramen, but for ramen that was good.
Yeah, I've never liked ramen before, but I really enjoyed today and would eat that again.
I don't like watery broths.
I liked it because the aubergine and the courgette kind of like made it stodgy.
Oh, those are 2 of my least favourite vegetables. I think I could turn that into something I'd want, but I have to take it back to the drawing board.
Okay.
I'm thinking mushrooms.
I might get you this cookbook too, and then we can just compare notes.
You could just...
You feel like you're obsessed with mushrooms at the moment.
I've always been obsessed with mushrooms.
Yeah, but that pizza you had the other day, you just wanted
Yeah, 'cause I'm
mushrooms
trying
on.
to
And then
be-
today, you like wandered in and went, do you reckon you could make potato gratin, but take out the potatoes and put mushrooms
I
in?
don't like potatoes. Well, yeah, because I'm trying to be vegetarian. I wouldn't call myself a vegetarian because every
meat
time I
all
get
the
drunk,
time.
I don't eat meat all the time.
Didn't you have some of
Fuck
that
yourself.
ham for lunch?
Yeah, I didn't buy it. Why wouldn't I try a bit of nice ham that's on the table?
Okay.
Didn't you just hear me say I wouldn't call myself a vegetarian because I eat meat all the time?
No, you claimed it was only when you were drunk.
Yeah, no, what I said was wouldn't call myself a vegetarian because every time I get drunk I eat meat. I'm not saying I don't eat meat when I'm not drunk. I'm trying to eat vegetarian, being pretty good about it, and I just really like mushrooms.
A sobertarian.
What's that? Oh, I get it, yeah.
You're vegetarian when you're sober. Anyway, welcome to the episode. Have we already said that? Maybe we have. We want to do a call out. We're going to be recording with Agony Dad soon, with him solving your problems. So if you have issues, domestic, at work, emotional, practical, please send us your Agony Dad problems to lexeducation@gmail.com. What do you need Agony Dad's superb help with? And we will be recording that to release on the Patreon in the new year.
If you want dry, factual answers, make it about boats or like fixing up your house or something. If you want his opinion on, if you want to befuddle him, then let's get your relationships out on the table. Let's have a look under the hood there.
He's sitting on a 40 year marriage, you know.
Yeah, he knows everything.
Must
how
be more
to
than
do.
40.
He knows
42.
Every bad decision to make in that front. 34 years of them. He knows how to end up at the unhappy end of the scale, so he can help you not be that.
Yeah, so, let us know. Speaking of Patreon episodes, there was a new one out on Friday. It was Ron's birthday special, and we discussed Highway 61 Revisited, the Bob Dylan classic album. It is our least argumentative episode, isn't it, Ron? It's just nice for an hour.
Lovely episode.
Yep, so join up and listen to that. And jump on the social medias. It's obviously December. My advent calendar is ticking along beautifully. I've had 3 days of presents, and because Ron is a little grinchy Grinch, and he doesn't have an advent calendar or any joy about mine, he is scrutinising every day of my advent calendar. What's happening?
What?
What was that?
Ignore that.
Are you just playing a game?
No.
Why do you have a little...
There were ads.
You just got jingle bells. Oh, I love it. Ron, you've been scrutinising the advent calendar.
Yeah, because you spent £250,000 on it.
Yeah, I spent £260 on an advent calendar, but what have we discovered so far, Ron?
It's a bunch of face cream. That's what we knew it was.
It's not a bunch of face cream. So the first day, right, got this moisturiser cream thing. That was worth £71 retail, Ron.
Cost £71.
Okay, cost £71. I just don't think we can argue over these jingly bells. Can you make it nice? And then yesterday I got a shampoo and conditioner, and then today I got a cleanser, and so every day Ron is totting up the... What's this now?
Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas sound effects, snowstorm background. Different sleep.
For a man that hates sound effects, you sure have gone to some effort.
I didn't make these.
So yeah, find us on social media. Oh.
Santa Claus is here.
And coming through the door. I think he's also haunting us. Well, anyway, enjoy the episode.
Reindeer.
Is that a reindeer? It's not a Christmas episode, though.
No.
Just a Christmas intro. But enjoy the episode.
Bye.
It's December, Ron. Ron turns into a horse in December.
Sagittarius is a horse.
What are you, a Scorpio?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a sting in your tail, buddy.
Someone at work the other day, I told them it was my birthday coming up. I had to move a meeting because I've taken the afternoon off, and they went, are we Scorpio twins? And I was like, I don't know how to react to that.
Did you just stare at them like Agony Dad would have?
Actually, no. I said I thought Gemini were the twins, which was a very nice move away from having an actual chat about star signs.
Yes. Oh, imagine little twin scorpions. Stingy and
the same
Spike.
as just two scorpions.
Yeah. I bet scorpions are born in like quadruplets and stuff.
Probably many more than that.
Probably most scorpions are twins, at least. God, that's a thing, isn't it? Loads of animals are twins. More animals than not are twins. Fuck, that's just blown my mind. I'm going to tweet that right now.
All right, we'll check in on that tweet once we're done recording, see how the world's reacted to it.
There we go. Tweeted. X'd.
God, they really fucked it, didn't they?
Yeah. He's such a weirdo.
It's so... I can't wait for the Netflix documentary about him in a couple of years. I think it's going to be interesting.
Now I've got distracted looking at it. It's had no likes so far from the 20 people that have seen it, Ron.
20 people seen it already?
Yeah, I've got loads of followers, mate.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, well, let's do some content then for a bit, and then we'll check back in on social media later.
Okay.
So,
Episode 77, the big 7-7.
Ooh, all the sevens.
2 crooked
Candy canes.
ladies.
2
Oh, yeah,
crookeds.
because it's December. Ooh, by the time they're listening to this, I'll be 4 days into my advent calendar of glory.
On the first episode of December, we're doing biology. 4.5.3 hormonal coordination in humans.
Hormonal coordination in humans?
Yes.
I love it. Hormonally grained. What was it? Hormonal organisation? Coordination. I've got terrible coordination.
Yeah, especially when you're hormonal.
Just all the time, really. When are you
you're
not
always
hormonal,
hormonal.
though? We say when you're hormonal, but that's just a different type of hormones. You're always hormonal.
I mean, for once, when you're trying to make these like deep statements, I think you're actually right.
Thank you.
Can you get back off Twitter now? Laura?
No, I was writing down hormonal coordination in humans in column I of the spreadsheet.
Okay. So we're doing 4.5.
Did you see I put some numbers in the finances spreadsheet yesterday and sent you some money?
I did get the money. I liked that.
Yeah.
Cheerful Earful paid us quick.
Yep, you've had that money and
Yeah,
you had
thank
this
you.
month's Patreon.
Loved it. Thank you very
You're
much.
not getting any stickers money yet, though, because I haven't paid back what I paid for the stickers.
You know what, Laura? You have all the stickers money because you did all of the work for that.
Thank you. I've got to go and post some more this afternoon.
Yeah, sound. 4.5.3.1. Human endocrine system. So endocrine is just another word for for
Haven't we
hormonal.
used that word before?
Yeah, we have because we talked about this stuff before.
Because I remember thinking that sounds like where the Ewoks live.
The endocrine system.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Ewoks live on a moon of Yavin 4, but
Isn't it Forests of Endor?
Endor.
Endor.
Maybe it is on the
Endocrine.
moon of Yavin 4. No, it's the forest moon of Endor,
Oh.
which is around Yavin 4. I'm gonna
I
have
don't
to
know,
Google
Ron.
this now.
What did you say the endocrine system was? Although I feel like we've talked about that before.
Forest moon.
Oh, yeah, because last time we did signals in the nervous system, and then the other side of it is the endocrine, the hormonal system.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Ooh, now who's distracted by nonsense? P.S. It's you. I'm going to be up to my tits and chocolate Baileys by the time
it's
people are listening
not.
to this.
Which one's Yavin 4?
Yacy's boyfriend?
Yavin 4 is
That was a Yavin
jungle.
and Yacy reference, by the way.
It's a moon around. It's also jungly. What happens there?
Mowgli?
I don't know. Who am I getting these
My
messages
desk is a mess again, Ron.
Yeah, you did say you were going to clean it. The wire's swinging around outside again.
Uh-oh, is it windy?
Tis a bit. It's a wind episode.
Ooh.
Right, Laura. 4.5.3.1. Human endocrine system. So, Sorry, I'm just going to move my microphone. There we go. The endocrine system is the hormonal coordination system within the human system. There are different glands for different hormones and different regions that the different hormones affect. Okay?
Okay.
So, first off, let's just do a quick rundown. I almost said run cap then.
Run cap.
It was going to be a mix
Good
between
evening,
rundown
sir.
and recap.
It's me, Run Cap, at your business.
Run cap the fourth from the endocrine system.
Oh, sir, if you'll just spare my family, I'll bring you endless salt pork.
I don't mind. Write that. Tweet that. Actually, I'm going to tweet that. We'll see how that does at the same time. Oh, sir, if you just spare my family, I'll give you endless salt pork.
And if you're listening to this, please go back in time to the 7th of November, find Ron's tweet and like it now.
Yeah, so if we could just do a little run cap of the differences between the hormonal endocrine system and the nervous system in terms of, where their little niches.
So the nervous system was like responding to a stimulus near a nerve or something, and then the nerve would receive the stimulus and then run the message up, and then there would be like quite a quick reaction to it, either from the brain or from the like little arc, the
reflex arc.
The reflex arc. The endocrine system is more like receive a stimulus and then have a hormone produced, and then that travels around the body in the blood system. So it's slower to react and also slower to finish reacting.
Yeah, so it's slower to happen, but has a longer lasting effect, and often over a bigger area.
Yeah, okay.
Nervous system, quick reaction, but it's over. The effect is usually going to, be muscles or something. So once you've jerked out of the way of the fire or something, you're kind of just fine. So, what kind of stimuluses are these two things going to be better for in terms of keeping a human being alive? What's something that's going to trigger a nervous response versus something that's going to trigger a hormonal response?
A nervous response might be triggered by a physical touch, like heat or cold or spiky, etc., etc. Like it's more of a physical reflex reaction.
Because it's reacting to
a physical sensation.
Something that's just going to fuck you up really quickly, basically.
Yeah.
If you feel something sharp, you need to get away from that super quickly. Or if you see a tiger, you need to react to that really quickly. That's why you would jump rather than just feel scared.
Yeah.
And then what about hormonal things? What's going to cause a hormonal problem? Not problem, rather, but hormonal response.
Like maybe a more complex issue, or...
Complex in what way?
Well, like, I'm thinking, like, you see a baby, and your body, like, slowly, you hormonally start to produce hormones that make you love it,
Sure. You're right.
Yeah, I'm really good.
So kind of longer term things, exactly. As babies should be long term. Like, Stress is another one. So you have stress hormones that are around if you're stressed for too long, or they have hormones that you produce when there's too much sugar in your blood. Things like this, things that are longer term.
Yeah, okay.
Because then you need a longer term thing to sort of fix the problem and rebalance you out. Can you name any hormones, Laura?
Testosterone.
Yep.
Estrogen.
Testosterone, what's that associated with?
Well, usually masculinity.
Yep, you have much higher testosterone levels in male humans than female humans. So that has lots of different effects. That's quite a wide-reaching one. And then what was the second one you said, rather?
Estrogen.
Yep, absolutely. What do you know where these two are created?
Pituitary gland.
No. Maybe go a bit more route one.
Tits and fannies.
Well, estrogen is produced deep inside the fanny in the ovaries, yeah.
And testicles, is that where you make your testosterone?
It is, yeah.
But do females have any testosterone?
They do have low levels. I wonder where it is made. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just made in the ovaries as well. Where is testosterone? It's a fun word to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Testosterone.
It sounds Spanish.
Testosterone.
He's fighting Don Pueblo Picasso.
Various locations. Quarter of it's produced in the ovary, a quarter in the adrenal gland, and half is produced in the peripheral tissues from various precursors produced in the ovaries and adrenal gland. Okay, so yeah, about it's produced around.
Yeah.
So that there was another clue there to another hormone, Laura.
Adrenaline.
Yes, where's that produced?
The adrenal gland.
Do you know where the adrenal gland is?
Armpits.
No, it's produced kind of on top of, kind of like a C-list organ.
Liver.
Liver's A-list, and if you knew anything, you'd know that.
Kidneys.
It is the kidneys.
Kidneys.
Yeah. And the adrenal glands are little blippies on top of your kidneys.
Oh.
What does adrenaline do?
Speeds you up. It's like nature's cocaine.
Basically, there's a word for the effect or the response that it gives you, or a phrase rather. It rhymes.
Pumps your lumps.
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. Yeah.
Pumps your lumps.
Fight or flight.
What do you think cocaine does to you?
I don't know. I've never done it.
That nature's cocaine, it would be trigger the pumps your lumps response.
People always say you're on cocaine. You're quite like.
You work in the comedy industry. I refuse to believe you can't identify someone.
Oh, yeah. I can completely identify someone who's on cocaine. They can't stop talking and drawing attention to themselves in the audience, or they're a comedian nobody wants to stay in the green room with. I've never taken it myself, though, to feel the after effects. I think it would be horrendous for me to deal with.
You'd be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I think I'd cry within minutes.
We discussed two hormones in a biology lesson recently. I think when we were initially sort of discussing the endocrine system.
Insulin?
Yeah, insulin and glucagon as well.
Oh, glucagon, yeah. Glucagon. Always read the label. Harmful to aquatic life with long-lasting effect.
You need to know where all of these hormones come from.
Pancreas?
What they do, and where their effector is, where they target, okay?
Pancreas?
That is where the insulin's made, yes.
Where's
Well
the
done.
glucagon made? Kidneys?
Also
liver?
pancreas.
Also pancreas.
They have different cells in the pancreas.
Now, what was the last thing you said?
I said that you need to know where these things are made.
Yeah.
And where their effector, like where they target.
So where does testosterone target?
So testosterone and estrogen aren't actually on the list of things because I think they have quite wide affecting roles. So, like testosterone is going to have just like quite broad bodily changes. It's going to make you grow a dick and all of this stuff. It's more of a developmental hormone than it is one that's kind of like a signal at any point. I believe, and similarly with estrogen.
Okay.
There will be people listening that know a lot more about these things.
Get in touch with Ron.
Do get in touch.
And insulin. Which way round did that go? Insulin tells the cells to use the glucose.
It tells cells to take in glucose, yeah. So the specific target organ that it's talking about here is the liver, because the liver is where they store the glycogen, I think. Yeah, that's what it says in this table.
Okay. And then glucagon tells them to release glucose.
Start breaking it down.
Release and break down glucose.
So adrenaline is produced from the adrenal glands, which are on the kidneys. The pancreas, by the way, is...
Do you like eating kidneys?
I'm not grossed out by it. Like, if I bit into a chunk of kidney in a pie, I wouldn't be like, ugh. But also, I don't think it's particularly nice and I would never seek it out.
Okay.
What about you?
I haven't had them since I was a child and I'm unlikely to ever eat them again.
Oh.
I don't like strong flavoured meat.
What about in haggis, though?
Yeah, I guess I like haggis.
I find kidneys have a really horrible texture.
Yeah, that's what I remember them as a kid.
Kind of dusty on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not grossed out by eating offal, but I do think there's a reason why it's not the prime bit.
Sure thing.
So adrenaline from the adrenal glands, it has several different targets, but crucially the respiratory and circulatory system. Your heart starts beating really fast and you start breathing quicker and deeper, not hyperventilating.
Respiratory and circulatory, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. I've made really good notes.
It's a biology lesson.
Yeah.
Yep, bye.
Child of the podcast has started, whenever there's something she can't reach, going, like a zombie, like holding one hand out and straining towards it. It's delightful.
She's good crack. I haven't seen her in ages.
Yeah, well, listen, 10 days, mate, and I will be down in Somerset for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, we need to plan when a good time for me to come to Taunton is.
For 2 weeks from 10 days' time?
I simply would not do that to myself, and I don't know why you're doing it.
Because I have loads of work in the West Country and Tom's away, and there's no other way I can do it and have childcare.
Fair. We should plan a day for you to come to Bristol.
Yeah,
We could get a cocktail.
well, I've got 2 weekends, so...
Fun.
You've just got your tongue hanging out of your mouth.
Yeah, so it targets the respiratory and circulatory system, and it's going to increase your breathing rate, your heart rate, which is then going to increase blood and oxygen to the muscles. And it will also increase conversion of glycogen to glucose as well. So you've got the energy for that short-term run away from the tiger that you've seen in the hedge. Now, earlier, I believe, when you were guessing a place for a hormone to come from, I believe you said the words pituitary gland.
I did.
Can you name a hormone that comes from the pituitary gland?
Serotonin.
No. I wouldn't particularly expect you to have heard of this hormone. ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Comes out of your pituitary glands. Can you hazard a guess as to where an antidiuretic would target?
Bladder.
One step before that. In the piss system, the pistum.
Nephron?
Where are the nephrons?
I don't know.
In the kidneys.
In the kidneys.
Did you not know that?
No.
Wow. It's the pituitary gland makes the ADH, your antidiuretic hormone, and that goes to the kidneys. Increases the reabsorption of water by the collecting ducts. The pituitary gland, do you know where it is?
In the front of your head there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of in the middle of the brain, yeah. It's known as the master gland.
Master gland.
It's at the base of the brain.
That's where... What was his name? Little Uncap. He serves Master Gland.
Master gland. Have I... nothing yet for the RunCap tweet.
Hang on, let me check animal twins. Oh, 7 notifications. I'm not really clear on how you define twins within a litter. I think that's the only response.
Tell them to go fuck themselves. Lovely Kevin has just replied, deal, to, oh sir, if you just spare my family, I'll give you endless salt pork. Actually, not lovely Kevin, because he left the Patreon and he never even said goodbye.
Oh, we still love you though, Kevin.
That's one comment though in only 9 views.
You've got the same number of comments as I've got, Ron.
How many views have you got?
1.2 thousand.
I get...
Oh no, wait a minute, there's more. Kevin says, what? Capital letters, question mark. And can I have 2 biscuits? Says, this is a 3 a.m. statement after several bottles of red wine and everyone has given up on sitting on chairs and they are all on the floor or on top of a wardrobe/press. Nope, these are my Tuesday lunchtime thoughts.
I've been putting out some banging tweets recently. We're so close to 1,000 Twitter followers on the Lexx Ed page.
Yeah, but how many times do I have to tell you? Twitter is being driven into a brick wall repeatedly. We should be focusing on Instagram.
But I don't like using Instagram.
Well, just write the same things that you would write in a tweet, but do it in a little square box and put it on Instagram.
But I don't like using Instagram.
Why?
Because I don't follow any of the stuff that I like on there.
Well, follow it then, you flaming glob.
Shut up, Monglong. Now, the last one that we're going to learn about, Laura, but we don't have to learn what... Well, we could for higher tier content, I suppose, is...
Ow, I keep punching the microphone.
There's a hormone called thyroxine.
Okay.
Hazard a guess where that's made?
In the thyroid.
Absolutely. Do you know what your thyroid does?
Processes food.
Kind of, yeah. It's broadly the sort of the gland in charge of homeostasis.
Which is how efficient your whole system is.
Kind of, yeah. Do you know where the thyroid is?
In your neck?
Yeah, and how do we know that?
Because our younger sister had cancer there.
Yeah, boy. Dab on
Cheerful.
it. Nice one, sister of the podcast.
Who may well be featuring on a Patreon episode soon.
Oh, yeah. She's fine now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I haven't checked in a bit.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, I thought so.
I spent last week with her.
She's good crack. I'm a big fan. She's a funny lady. Well, this Twitter stuff has really derailed this episode.
It was your fault. Actually, I hadn't checked it for ages.
I'm also just getting loads of WhatsApp messages.
Not from me.
No, not from you, because we're literally speaking now. Oh no, scratch that. The hypothalamus is the one that's in charge of homeostasis. The thyroid just does that other thing that we said.
What, just processes food?
Yeah, it kind of tells you how quickly to process oxygen and food. The hypothalamus detects changes in hormone levels and then releases hormones which control the other glands. Okay. So, how long?
What do you call an animal that might potentially be a river cow?
Hypotheticalness.
Hypothalamus, like a hypothetical hippopotamus.
That doesn't work at all. That's really bad.
We'll workshop it tomorrow. Put it on the slate.
Had such a... Like, it was so obvious that that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, because that was my stimulus.
But it doesn't work.
Just shut up.
Even, like, phonetically.
Shut up, Ron.
Hypothalamus. It's missing the potamus. And there's no... yeah.
All right, you don't like it. Come up with your own joke, then.
How long have we been recording?
28 minutes.
That's not long enough.
No, it's because I'm learning so quickly today.
Yeah, you did hoover that up a bit more than we thought. So what we're going to do, rather than move on to the next section, which is quite a meaty tad, we could breeze through...
Don't say meaty tad.
We could just bruise through the next section, actually, because we've kind of covered it
Master
before.
Gland, please stop rubbing your meaty tad across my face.
Why
my poor wife.
Why is Run Camp for Australia now, Laura?
Just what it is, really. That's where I get all the salt pork from. Australia's famous for its salt pork, Master Gland. Listen here, Run Cap. I will wipe my meaty tad across all of your daughters unless there is streaky bacon in the next delivery. Oh, please, Master, not the youngest. She's betrothed to a young lad who won't touch her if she has been despoiled.
It's quite a rich world you're building.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's very patriarchal and porky.
Like a really misogynist Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
That could be your thing.
Terry patriarchy. Pratriarchy.
The patriarchy. It's a man's Discworld.
Lovely. That's a lovely bit of business, Ron. That more than makes up for the weak hypothalamus.
Right. So yeah, let's do this bit, and it might be a bit of a long episode, but we'll see. 4.5.3.2.
We're going to do the meaty tad.
We're going to do the meaty tad.
Crikey.
Control of blood glucose concentration. So it is a bit of a meaty tad, but one that we've already chewed on.
You don't chew on them, Ron.
I do.
This is why you have to kiss girls.
I'm not allowed to be gay. I'm bad at it.
He wants to be, but all the other men said no, thank you. Control of what, did you say?
Blood glucose concentration.
Blood glucose.
Which obviously we've covered before because I used it as an example of something, not knowing that it was coming up later on in the syllabus.
Ooh.
So
You're like a first-year teacher.
Talk me through it, Laura. I've just eaten several marshmallows on the stage of the Good Podcast, Worst Foot Forward.
Oh yeah, do listen to our episode of that, everyone.
Talk me through what happens inside me.
Ugh.
Rehearsing with my band this evening. No chat for Ron. Okay, cool. No, that's fine.
Okay, so what's happened? You've eaten...
Some sugar.
You've eaten some marshmallows. Okay. So, the pancreas detects that there's too much sugar in your bloodstream when the blood goes through the pancreas, presumably.
Yep.
It begins to produce insulin. And
Yep.
that does two things. It tells cells to use glucose, start using it, process it, and it tells the liver to store glucose as glycogen.
Close. It doesn't tell cells to use glucose.
Well, that's exactly what I've written down.
But that doesn't make it correct.
Okay.
It tells cells to take in glucose from the blood.
Okay. Take in. And then blood glucose. I'm going to have to assume that word is decrease.
That would make sense.
It's a very scribbled word, though. Look.
Jesus. That looks like a DE and then one of my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only other thing in there is that it's the liver and muscle cells that make glycogen.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
You didn't.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
You didn't.
And what about if I've got
Muscle cells and muscle shells. 2 different types of muscle.
What if I've got low blood sugar, Laura?
Well, if you have low blood sugar, alpha cells begin to produce glucagon.
Lovely.
And the glucagon travels to the liver in the bloodstream and says, release the glycogen.
Break
And
it
then-
down into...
Huh?
Break it down into...
Glucose.
Yes.
And then it gets pumped around in the blood.
Absolutely, and then we level out again. That's higher tier stuff there with the glucagon, Laura, but I think you can do it. I think you get that. I think you're a smart lady.
She's the cleverest alphabet queen in the kingdom of glucagon.
Why alphabet queen?
I don't know.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
I'm the alphabet queen. I'm like...
Oh, gentle Runcap, it's me, the alphabet queen.
Please, Mrs. Master Glance had us doing some terrible things. That's nothing to what I'll have you do, Runcap. Remove thy belt from thine eyes. Runcap runs around with a belt across his eyes.
Okay, we're going to need pictures
I make him
of this.
kiss the pigs he serves Master Glance. Kiss the pig, Runcap. Kiss the pig.
We're going to need drawings from our RTR listeners of Runcap, his horrible daughters, Master Glenn.
Daughters.
After what they've seen.
Yeah, that's true. That's why Runcap wears the belt over his eyes so he doesn't have to see what happens to his hapless family.
Master Gland and his meaty tad, and then the alphabet queen who likes kiss pigs to be kissed.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like those palaces that are just like cats lounging around. The alphabet queen just has pigs everywhere. In smocks. Little
what?
velvet coats.
Palaces that just have loads of cats lounging around.
Yeah, you know. Just meow. And then the queen's there like stroking a cat.
No. This isn't a cultural touchstone. What are you talking about?
You can picture it though. Egypt, probably. They loved cats.
They worshipped cats.
Yeah. Aww. Alphabet Queen worships pigs.
What media have you consumed where there's a palace full of cats?
I don't know. I can really clearly think about it.
Type 1 diabetes, Laura, do you know what that is?
Type 1 is the one where you don't produce enough insulin.
Yes. Is it the one that you're born with, or is it the one that's your fault?
Born with, I think, isn't it?
Yes. So, if you don't produce insulin, what's that going to do to your blood sugar?
It will spike too much.
You have uncontrolled high blood glucose levels.
Yeah.
How do you treat it?
Insulin shots?
Insulin injections, yeah. Side point, linking back to the naughty adventures of Runcap, do you know where we used to get insulin from?
Pig urine?
Pigs. Smash up a bunch of pig pancreases and then take the insulin out.
Gosh, that must be very difficult if you're a vegan diabetic.
Not anymore. We have modified bacteria to make our insulin now. We've got bacteria making human insulin.
Wow.
Yeah.
We really play Master Gland, don't we?
Yes, but many fewer meaty tads left dead on the floor because of this. Type 2 diabetes, Laura, what the fuck's going on there?
That's where you, over the course of some time, your diet has kept your blood sugar up too high, And so your body has got used to like too high a blood sugar level and it can't regulate it anymore.
What happens if your blood sugar level's too high? Hormonally.
You are producing glycagon.
Are you?
I don't know, I'm trying to find a page. I literally just said this. If your blood sugar's too high... No, you're producing insulin.
Yeah, so it's not... Well, it is. It is obviously the glucose causing it, but it's the extended periods of high insulin levels that your body stops responding to. So your body basically becomes the circulatory system that cried sugar, and your cells start going, we are sick of your insulin and we're not taking it anymore.
Right.
It's to do with the cell surface things that sort of catch that insulin. By the way, I was being facetious when I was saying that type 2 diabetes was people's faults. That's just a common perception of it that I was lampooning.
Christmas vacation.
The only way to really treat type 2 diabetes is to control your diet, have fewer carbohydrates in it, and an exercise regime so that you're burning up the stuff that you've got in you. Obesity...
Will it go away?
I don't think so.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, when you've got it, you've got it.
Okay.
Obesity is a risk factor for type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
And that's us for the day.
That was it wasn't as meaty a tad as I was expecting.
It's quite a meaty tad, but we've just covered it before. Like, imagine if I had to explain... you read it off the page, yeah. Imagine if I'd had to have explained all of that again before. Yeah.
We had such a lovely time, and you had to sneak that little barb in at the end, didn't you?
Oh, sorry, sir. Have all my daughters.
Okay, but I'm going to turn them into salt pork. Bye.
Bye.
Quiz 77. Ron. What was 77? Hormonal coordination in humans.
Feels like ages since we recorded, doesn't it?
But it wasn't, though, because we only did the Bob Dylan episode the other day.
Yeah, I guess it just feels like ages since we did a proper episode.
Well, that bodes well for answering any of these questions.
Yeah.
What did I listen back to? No, I listened to the episode that's going out next week. That was alkanes. That is no use.
No.
All right, then. Well, slam a question my way, buddy.
Yeah, it's a very low-effort quiz today.
Shocker. No, I'm joking. I'm going to be nice to you today, Ron.
Thank you. I've had a very stressful afternoon.
Why? What's happening to you?
So, lots of stuff going on at work. And basically, you know how I'm getting like a new team?
Yeah.
But my team doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
My team's of a very slightly different type to...
Ron manages a baseball team, by the way.
Yeah, to the other 9 teams in the league.
Yeah.
Now, the other 9 teams in the league have all been put into a training program.
Uh-huh.
I just assumed that everyone that was going to be in my team was also in this training program. And because 2 of the people that are in my current team are in it, and I've spoken to them about it, I assumed they all were. Found out today that none of them are getting trained on any of this stuff. I have to organise it all, but I can't actually tell 7 out of 9 of them that they're going to be in my team, but I still have to get them trained before Christmas.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then the other team that's the same role as me, they're already a team, so they're already going through it because they all are already together. But there's 7 people I've never met that I have to organise all this training for now.
Why can't you tell them they're going to be in your team yet?
It's a whole legal thing.
Mad.
Yeah.
I'm glad my team's just me and you, Ron.
Yeah. And
Bossman and Floaty.
And Mackie in COTP.
That's true. Are they, like, employees of the podcast? I guess it pays for their food.
Yeah.
Oh, balls, I
One
didn't send
fucking
those stickers today.
Fruit wind up a month.
Oh, yeah, they're skinny. Skinny kids. It's going to be a lean Christmas in the Dragon household.
Cannot wait to see Child of the podcast at the weekend.
Oh, yeah, she's very excited. I'll tell the listeners, because it's adorable. She calls guitars Rons.
That is super cute.
Yeah. She was listening, actually, because I was listening back to episode 75 yesterday, ready for intros, outros today in case we did them. And I was listening to it while feeding her a lunch, and she kept going, Mama, run, Mama. And she really laughs every time I'm silly and singing, which is good, because there was a lot of singing in that episode.
So much singing.
I get down at Anchorage.
So, at the weekend, I'm going to come down Saturday morning.
Yes.
So we can just hang out. I'll come with you probably to the gig on Saturday evening.
Fun.
Then you'll have some company. On Sunday, we could do a little trip to Bristol, if you want.
Sunday, there's a Christmas fair that oldest sister of the podcast wants to go to. Are you in?
Where?
Hestercombe.
Where's that?
Like, it's where my prom was, actually, near Taunton.
Okay. What time?
Because she said you're having brunch with her.
Oh, shit, I forgot about brunch. Yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe my plan for Bristol.
We could maybe come to
Sunday
Bristol next weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm free that weekend, actually.
I'm down for 2 full weekends. So
Oh, cool.
we
Yeah,
could
we'll do
come
the weekend after.
25th
Because if
or
you come
26th.
on the Sunday morning, there's a really cute little market next to my house.
Well, let's do that Sunday the 26th then, Ron.
Yeah, all right.
And that is technically still in the future for when... No, it's 3 weeks ago for when... No, oh God, it's last weekend. I wonder if we did it. Maybe we'll say in the intros, outros. Good Lord.
Wow. Oh, I don't... Okay, we'll do the quiz. So, we...
I'm going to take it really seriously and try really hard, Ron.
So, the endocrine system...
Yes.
It's all about hormones and where they come from and what they do.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
It says students should be able to work out, or should be able to point out on a diagram where the following sort of glands are. Well, I
Okay.
didn't have a diagram, and after the last time we tried to share a diagram and all the technical
Oh, but I was
gremlins-
sad that day.
Yeah, but I wasn't even complaining about you. I was just saying that all the technical gremlins that we had trying to get that off the ground. I
Also,
couldn't
the
be
problem
bothered.
is here that I might know the gland is in the liver, but I don't know where the liver is, so...
Yeah. Well, that's less of a problem with this as an idea, more of a problem with you getting it right, because you should know where the liver is.
It's in the junk in the middle.
Do you honestly not know where your liver is?
It's in there. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's here.
Where are you pointing to?
On,
Yeah, that's in
At the
there.
bottom of your rib cage, yeah, but to one side.
Yeah, in there.
Do you know where your kidneys are?
I think they're near your back.
They're in the back, yeah, sort of
Yeah.
halfway up. You know, like where your stomach is?
In there. Wherever the liver isn't.
Intestines?
Underneath my stomach?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Laura, where's the pituitary gland?
In your brain.
Yes, one
Yes.
mark. Ding sound. And what does it do, Laura?
Controls serotonin and release. Oh, this is so frustrating because I know it's all written down in my notebook, but I'm trying not to look at my notebook because then it's just me reading the list. Like Ron says, the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. No, maybe the hypothalamus. No. Wait, pituitary. Adrenaline. No, that's the adrenal gland. Pituitary gland. Pituitary. There's no clue in the word. Let me think. What did we talk about? So it's not adrenaline, that's adrenal glands. It's not insulin because that was the ones that are on your liver. It's not serotonin because Ron was weird. He raised his eyebrows at me. It's not estrogen and testosterone because those were like ovary and testicle based. What's left? sweating? Does no. I don't know, Ron. I can't remember.
So the pituitary gland is known as the master gland, and it's sort of vaguely in charge of homeostasis.
Oh, bloody-stasis.
So the hypothalamus detects changes in the body in different hormone levels and stuff. It then releases hormones which control the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland then sorts things out. The hormone that we
Mission
learnt about in the
control.
body of the episode was ADH. Do you remember what that is?
No.
Stop drawing, that's bad for audio.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, carry on fucking around with a glue stick. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Love the sound of that.
ADH. No, I don't remember that.
Antidiuretic hormone, so it targets the kidneys and tells them to absorb more water.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So 1 mark out of 3 there.
Boo me.
Pancreas, Laura. Where dat, what do, what make?
It's in the gubbins. It's all up in the business end of the business. In the middle area. Makes insulin.
And?
Glucagon. No, that was liver. I thought it just made insulin. Glycogen? What does it do, Ron?
It makes insulin, that was correct.
Yeah.
And?
What do you mean? What else does it make?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes glucagon.
I said glucagon.
Yeah, but then you went, oh no, that was the liver.
I thought the liver made glucagon.
No.
Oh, well, I got it right then, because that's what I said.
No.
You have to take my first answer. Yes. Ding.
Okay, and what do those do?
Control blood sugar levels.
Yep, which one does which?
Insulin.
Down in insulin.
Insulin helps you process an excess of sugar in your blood, glucose in your blood. Glucagon helps to release glucose from storage.
Sure, very vague, but that's fine. What about the thyroid?
The thyroid is in your neck and it helps you process food.
Does it?
Doesn't it? I thought thyroid is the one people are always like, oh, you're fat. It's a thyroid issue.
Yeah, so it releases... Well, what does it release, though? What's the hormone?
Thyroxine.
Yes, and that
Are
controls...
you serious?
Yeah, and that controls your metabolism. Well done.
I thought I was just making up a noise based on the word thyroid.
No, thyroxine.
Yes! Oh, that must have been in there.
All right, adrenal gland.
Adrenaline.
Where is it?
In your brain? Kidneys. In your kidneys.
Yeah.
In your
Okay,
kidneys.
Thank you. And what does adrenaline do?
Gets your fight or flight mechanism ready.
How?
Fight, 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 fight. It
Flap, 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 flap. That's flight.
It increases oxygen flow to your muscles and stuff so that they're ready to go.
How?
So it pumps them in the blood.
How?
Widens your veins.
Does it?
Makes your heart beat faster.
Yeah, okay.
Makes your heart beat faster.
Okay. Yeah. All right, ovaries.
Estrogen. They're in the gubbins, 2 sides of the bits.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And does general girl stuff.
Does girl stuff. Fixes your nails.
Causes woman's troubles.
Makes you want to go shopping and nag people.
And then the testes.
Testicles mainly. Makes you grow hair on your butt. Makes you grow big muscles.
What's the hormone?
Testosterone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and those are in the ball bag.
Yeah.
And that's the quiz. You got however many you got out of however many it was.
Over to you, Carol. Do your work, young
Thanks,
Padawan.
Kaz.
Kazza.
Kazo.
Kai Kai.
The
She's
big
on parole.
CH.
All right. I'm pretty happy with my performance there. I think you started with the toughest one.
Yeah, that was just the list that I copied out the syllabus, to be honest.
Fair dues, mate. Fair bloody dues.
Fair dues.
Why does it sound like Santa Claus is falling down a well?
Yeah, it's strapped down well.
How'd you enjoy the episode, guys? Oh, this song's got a video of the three...
It's just called Merry Christmas and it's just this.
It's a video...
It's 40 seconds of that.
Of camels trekking across the desert. Wise men still seek him. Merry Christmas.
God, that's a very bare bones manger. That's no protection from the elements.
Also, nowhere near anything else. Right. I hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody.
Yeah.
Ron and I enjoyed it, enjoyed recording it. I think Run Cap might be my favourite thing that's happened in ages. I loved
It's
it.
the new Rusty Sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor family.
Not my daughters.
Not Porky and Saltstream.
Could you please go back and find those tweets and react accordingly? We want to see at least 100 retweets on each of those tweets.
Yeah. I did get some.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, not enough. Not
No.
what we deserve. We've also, can you please send us Christmas questions that you'd like us to answer? They can be anything. We're going to be throwing them into the Christmas episode. So, hey, chuck us some Christmas questions. Ron, should we do the register? We got to thank some people. Jingle, 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 register. Jingle, 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 register. Jingle.
You go first.
Thank you, Adam Fraser. He is the wire wrangler in charge of tackling the dangerous and alarming wire that wangs outside Ron's house.
Thank you to Gordy McNair, Run Cap's oldest and most fertile daughter.
You got it, Saltstream. And finally, thank you, Gareth Royale. He's the motherfucking lock keeper, the keeper of locks. Which lock? One on the Thames, but also one on our hearts. We love you, Gareth. We want to drive a barge through your canal. But you've missed it. And raise a steaming cup of tea to you on a... It says here fristy, but I think he means frosty morning. As a V of geese fly west for patches green.
Hey Gareth, we love you.
Hey, Gareth. 6'4", man.
6'6".
6'6"?
Yeah, 6'6", because he's got a massive leak.
Gareth! You leaky fellow. Anyway, thank you to all our patrons.
Yeah.
You're all brilliant.
Especially Gareth, though.
Especially Gordy McNair, a.k.a. Saltstream, and Adam Fraser, the wire wrangler.
If Gordy and Adam want a hello and a welcome as big as Gareth, they can put their fucking fingers out and come to some live shows.
Maybe they have. They might have been there quietly.
We don't have quiet fans.
That's true. That's true. But hey, I love you. I'm a quiet fan of all the podcasts I listen to. I'm a quiet fan, man.
Oh, God, yeah.
I would never join in.
I don't express emotion.
No, you don't.
Class dismissed.
Bye-bye.